Carlos Nelson with Cascade Sports. And tonight we have Hogan Preps head men's basketball coach, Coach Rob Heitman. And he's brought two of his student athletes on. And we're going to let Coach Heitman talk about that. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing well, Carlos. Thank you for having us on today. I've got with me two seniors. They're the only seniors that we have on this year's varsity. I've got our 5'10" combo guard, Lamont Freeman.
Raise your hand, Lamar.
And I've got 6'5" stretch 4 Alfonso Scott also with us.
Raise your hand so that the people know who you are. All right. All right. So who we going in on first, Coach?
Carlos, let's go with Alfonso Scott first.
All right, Scott. This is the deal. On a 1 to 10, what you looking like with your handles?
1 to 10, it's like a solid 7, like a solid, or like a solid 6 between there.
I ain't even gonna go with Coach because I think you're telling the truth. Coach halfway nodding at you.
Carlos, if I could jump in, Alfonso's really improved his handles. He's improved a lot of aspects, but since he came
to us, run. Give your overview of him first.
Yeah, I'd love to. Since he entered the program his sophomore year, Alfonso's really improved in a variety of different ways. His ball handling being one of them. In fact, we're almost to the point where we're green lighting him on defensive rebounds to go ahead and bring it up the floor himself. We've had a few hiccups over these last couple of weeks, but obviously, anytime you're trying something new, there might be a learning curve. But both in the full court as well as in the half court, he's really showing some glimpses of being able to handle it, and I think that's only going to help his marketability for the next level. And then with Lamont Freeman, we've really put Lamont in a tough spot. We don't have a true point guard, so we've asked Lamont and his running mate, Junior Darius Jackson, to kind of assume the point guard role this year. And Lamont, speaking of ball handling, Lamont has also showed an improved ability to be able to obviously bring it up, get us into our sets, get us into our offense, but also we played against some teams of late that have picked up their full court pressure, and Lamont's done a decent job of being able to handle that, sharing the basketball, not creating any live ball turnovers for the other team. So if we're just talking ball handling, these two seniors have really made strides in that category.
All right. So what I want to know also now, we're going to get to you fellas in a minute, but I want Coach to give an overall picture of your season right now, where you're at, and what style of ball are you playing at this point?
Well, I mean, in terms of style of ball, this is, and many of your viewers probably, remember just a few years ago when we had one of the smaller teams in the city and even in the state. I think we had the year that we
that
won.
Team went large.
Yeah,
I think on wins.
Yeah. Well, won the Class 3 state title in 2017-18, led by Damian Daniels, Marty Jackson, who's playing over at UMSL in St. Louis now. In fact, Marty was the only player over 6 foot on that team. This year's team. And I've had a lot of opposing coaches that have kind of joked before the game, "Hey, Heitman, you finally got some bigs. Heitman, what's it like to have?" Because we roll out with Alfonso Scott at 6'5", and then we've got a sophomore, Reggie Mitchum, at 6'3". Now they're not natural bigs or not natural back to the basket types of players, but that's something that we've worked on this year. So in terms of style of play. Against man, you'll see us trying to get the high-low game involved. You'll see us trying to work some mismatches, maybe try to get some big little switches either off ball screens or block to block. But definitely, and I think both Lamont and Alfonso will validate this. Definitely, our style of play this year Carlos, has been more half-court oriented because of many different factors. And this kind of blends into your first question as far as an overview of the season. I'll just be frank, we're just not in very good shape. And it's no fault of the guys. It's just the conditions and kind of the cards that we've been dealt. Usually half of our practices are over at Southeast Community Center, right off 63rd and Sewell Parkway there, but they're not allowing any gym renters this season for obvious reasons. So all of our practices have had to been on or had to be at the Hogan Dome, which is I don't even call it a gym; it's a cracker box. It's 64 by 38, and it's, you know, I mean, it's really, really hard not to make it a glorified walkthrough because you can't get any spacing, the timing on cuts, you can't get players open on the wing, and then obviously from a conditioning standpoint, it's just you're limited with space. And I'm not making excuses.
But that's what coach. That's what the urban core has had to deal with. A lack of spaces and fields where the suburban kids have as many as 4 gyms, and their JVs, their sophomore teams. You had to share the team with the gym with the volleyball team, with everybody that has something going on, and it's a crackerbox gym.
Yeah.
And
let's face it, Carlos, you know, it was built in 1941, the entire building. I mean, there's been no improvements to the court. I mean, it's just not. It's just not.
Well, that's why that's what our coaches association is about. So we're going in on you, big man, first. How long have you been playing at Hogan?
3 years.
Talk about your first year. First of all, tell our audience who you are. What teams, bitty teams, did you play on? And who are some of the coaches that help you build your skill set to where it's at right now?
Well, I really didn't play for AAU like that for a little bit. I tried out, played for 2021 Elite when I was in 5th grade. And then I moved a lot, so I played for Central and stuff like that.
You played for Central High School?
No, I played Central Middle basketball.
All right.
Yeah, and then I went to Raytown and played my freshman year there.
Who are some of the coaches that you feel help you develop your game?
Coach Heitman, for sure. Yeah.
Don't get no brownie points. He still put you on the bench.
Yeah, sometimes, but yeah, he did. He got me there. He
got you there?
Yeah. And that's it, really.
Coach, you want to say something? Go ahead and say.
Well, hey, I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not taking all the credit, especially the credit. You have to ask Alfonso about his 4 dunk game up at the Benton tournament. That'll get him. That'll get him talking, and that's something that
run it down. Run it down, Alfonso.
Huh?
Run
what
Coach talking about down.
So we was in a Benton tournament. We was playing Northeast and stuff. It's not.
Run it down, man.
We was playing. I got named all tournament team. I won a medal for being all tournament.
Hey, bro, check this out. This is your debut. If you say you watch Cascade Sports, the HBCU coaches is looking for you, baby. You got to let them know, hey, I got this and I got that, and I got some stuff I ain't even showed y'all. Run it down. So what did you do in that tournament?
My defense was amazing that game. Yeah.
He had a red light, coach. He was putting the stop on.
Yeah. Another area, I mean, Alfonso's always been confident and comfortable facing up. Ever since the sophomore year, facing up to the basket, and he started knocking down some threes at the end of last year. That the Capital City game kind of sticks in my memory, and I think that was kind of a springboard to this year. Another concept that we've integrated is off ball screens is Pop and Alfonso, and Alfonso's done a nice job of knocking down some deep range threes. But what I've been impressed with, and this kind of speaks to his coachability, how quick of a learner he is all the time that we spend with our back to the basket and individual drills. He's developed a nice little baby hook, you know, and he knew. I mean, initially, I don't think he was really too excited about, you know, adding that to his repertoire, but he knew, especially as he's playing against taller players and with offensive rebounds, he's going to need that type of finishing shot. So he's done a really nice job with that move as well.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, because he seems reluctant to talk to our HBCU coaches and our college coaches on what this kid is about.
Well,
and why they want to recruit him.
Yeah, no, thanks for the opportunity, Carlos. So here's another, you know, kind of a sidebar, or kind of something that gets lost in the shuffle with Alfonso. And this year of COVID, a lot of guys, let's face it, a lot of guys around the country have put on weight. You know, the quarantine 15 is the joke. And especially within our program, I've already mentioned the fact that we're not the best conditioned team. However, Alfonso, and we joked about it when we were going through preseason conditioning this year. I mean, his body is kind of undergone a mini transformation. He shed about 20 or 25 pounds since his sophomore year. So I think that's going to continue, especially if he can get in with a quality strength and conditioning coach at the next level, whatever program that might be. And I really think that there's a bright future for both these players. But we're talking about Alfonso, so there's definitely a pretty high ceiling.
Hey, Alfonso, what do you consider in your mind the best part of your game?
Defense. Most definitely.
You know what? Coach talked about you playing with your back to the basket. That's almost rare now with big men, bodying your way down and then I picked, when you said that hook, I pictured that against a taller guy than you with the body you have. So, do you play rough and ready or do you play silky smooth?
It's a little bit of both. It's like when we in a dog fight, I'm like that. It's go time.
Can you tell those other big men, meet me in the paint?
Yeah, like we can go down there all day. Like,
all right, that's rough and ready, baby. Yeah. Do you got a crossover?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, you breaking any ankles or what's going down?
I mean,
what would you consider your on 1 to 10 your mid-range shot?
Mid-range, a 6.
6. How you out there at the 3-point line?
My 3-point is a 8.5.
You killing them? I already see your demeanor. Like, I'm killing them. What you asked me that for? All right. What's been your lowest game this year that you felt that you really underperformed? And who was it against?
Dang. What game was that? It was
You don't know when you're not doing well?
Lakeland. When we played Lakeland, the championship game of the Clinton tournament, I had got teched up because it was a lot of stuff going on.
Well, I'm saying, hold it. Our people don't know if you don't tell them whatever was going on. You know.
So it was just like a lot of like bogus fouls called. Like we had like 20 in the first half.
But that's sports. Coach probably done told you that. And whether you had 20 in the first.
Yes, but let me jump in real quick, Alfonso. I got to stick up for my man here because. And I don't want to get fined.
Right. Well, we know how that go. NBA and all of these things. You better not say too much.
This game that Alfonso's referring to, Carlos, the championship game of the Clinton tournament. This was in late January. We're playing a quality outfit. These guys, I think, have a chance to win Class 2. Anyway, they're ranked #1 currently in Class 2. Anyway, midway through the third quarter, the foul disparity for the game was 17-3. A, 17-3. B, Carlos, I've been the head coach at Hogan Girls and Boys for 14 years. I picked up my first technical on January 28th, the same night that Alfonso did. So,
well, hey, but coach, you've been coaching a long time, and you know I'm 69. Them home games and away games and all of that, you know how they don't do it as much as they did you, but you know how that goes.
Well, and that's the thing, Carlos, and another thing, not to give excuses. We don't play home games, you know.
Yeah,
you know
right.
I mean? So,
and that's the issue. But what our coach used to always tell us, and I ran track, but I played a little ball. Put it out of reach, and you take it out the ref's hands. You take it out of everybody's hands when you put it out of reach.
You're right.
How do you keep your emotions under control, Alfonso? How well do you keep your emotions under control in the game?
I keep in control like very well. Like it's points where everybody get mad during the game at some point, but it's just like I be like, let's get back to basketball. Like I'm not here to be mad. I'm here to play basketball.
All right. Damn, coach, that sounds like coaching there. I'll put that check in your column. What are you doing as far as your diet?
I don't eat pork no more.
All right, I'm saying to build. Let me say this: when I came out of high school, coaches always used to comment, that kid's gonna lose that baby fat, and one day he's gonna be right. And that's what coach was saying about you, and it just hit me like, you know, coaches are gonna see you and finish this season real strong. You got a bright opportunity to go somewhere and to further your education, which is going to help you further your economic viability. So, who's been in your personal life that has made a difference?
My mother.
What's her name? My audience don't know her.
Brandy Carter.
Hey, Miss Carter, baby boy, he's shouting out at you, showing that love.
My big brother.
Your big brother? Let him know what he did for you. Let the people know how you feel.
Van Bolen for supporting me and stuff.
Did he play sports?
Yeah, but like not really. Like
yeah, well, not organized. Hey, you know we all play sports, but I'm saying, did he play at Hogan or what have you? All right.
Nah.
Tell me this. How do you plan to finish out this season? I'm going, and I did this with Hogan's players. I meant to say with Lincoln's player. Coach, what kind of numbers the next two games do you want to see? Like, they had a man-child. I said, if you, his teammates that was on the program, like your teammates said, he should be doing a triple-double or something like that. And he had the capacities. I gave him 2 games to do. He did. I said, you got Cascade Sports. I bought the hoodie, the whole thing. I'm going to give you, Coach, give me the numbers on him for the next 2 games so he can get some free apparel that he got to reach. Steals, blocks, scoring.
I'll match that too, Carlos, if he can reach these goals, because we're going to need both Lamont and Alfonso big time. Our next 2 games are postseason games.
All
so
right.
We've got Northeast. We've got a rematch with Northeast on Monday night. And, you know, I'm hoping the guys are focused, even though we were able to we were able to get Northeast the first time we played them. You know, we
It'll be hard the second time.
Yeah, exactly. And they've been playing games down the stretch, and just because of various reasons, we don't have any games. We haven't had any games these last 2 weeks. So hopefully we can knock off the rust. If we can get by Northeast in the first round, and then we'll have a rematch with the
What
number
kind
one.
of points are we looking for him these last 2 games? If
Well,
he's going to get anything free, now,
I'm
I
telling you,
give they $50 a piece. You can come and buy it.
The semifinal game, the second game would be against the number 1 seed Pembroke, and they're undefeated. Obviously, they're having a great season, and the number 2 seed is Center. So let's see, for these next 2 games, if Alfonso could, if he can average, let's say 15 points, how about a double, 15 and 10.
What has he been averaging?
Both Lamont and Alfonso are right at double digits. 10
what's
or 11.
the number? That's what I want to know. Basically, is it they double digits could mean 10 points, could mean 30 points, could mean 50 points. What?
15 and 10.
What would it? Yeah, because I ain't trying to give nothing away. They gotta. I'm like, so has he done 15 and 10 this year?
Probably Northeast. Yeah.
The North, yeah. The game that he had the 4 dunks, and I think he did have. He's had a couple double doubles, but yeah, that game.
No, you got to have a triple to get this. You got to have at least a steal. Oh no, we ain't just playing into your hands.
Carlos, how about this deal? But this is fair. If we're fortunate enough to get by Coach Pine's team on Monday night in the first round of districts against Pembroke Hill, if Alfonso can go for 18 and 10, it's probably going to be bulletin board material for
all
Coach
right.
Hawkins,
Hey,
but
in the story, no steals. 18 and 10. We on record. All right.
And for the record, we're going to need those type of numbers if we want to have a chance to hang in there and make it a 4-quarter game against Pembroke.
All right. Hey, Alfonso, we got the deal. Coach will call me. You don't even have to call me. These coaches, boy, right after the game hadn't even got out the locker room. Glasgow calling me. Hey, player reached that. When is he getting this stuff? I brought it down the next day to him. And we got some real nice stuff I just ordered that, like what you got on now. Got Cascade here. Got KC here. Black. Beautiful. You want one of them. Yeah. So we got you squared away. What do you got to say to a young freshman about how they should be handling themselves?
Grades. Make sure you be coachable.
Having your priorities straight.
Yeah, priorities straight. And just be a good teammate.
All right. That's what's up now. Being a good teammate, you'd be surprised what that'll get you. All right. You shouting out before your closing statements? Who you hollering at?
Nobody.
You ain't got no girlfriend you want to say, hey, sweetie pie, I'm hollering at you.
I'm good.
Don't blush, baby boy. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
When she see this, she gonna be like, Mr. Nelson was trying to tell you and you didn't do. What's wrong? You don't love me no more? Hey, Alfonso, pleasure having you on the show. All right, we getting ready to go in on you, Lamont. Tell our audience a little bit about yourself, man, from kindergarten on up.
I've been playing basketball since I was in 3rd grade.
Run it down. Who you played for, who the coaches are, who you giving the props to.
What you say? Can you repeat that?
All right. Run down the programs that you were in and the coaches that helped coach you. You just automatically didn't come to Hogan knowing how to play basketball.
All right.
So give the people that ordinarily our audience don't know, hey, Mr. Fred helped me when I was coming up. Mr. Sam helped me when I was coming up. Give it to him.
Well, for AAU, I played for this team called the Keys and Showtime, and then
over there with Harold. and them.
Yeah,
Kansas City
yeah.
Chiefs. Well, let the people know we're an international show.
But
From all over the country be watching this, man.
Damo was my coach, and he trained me too. So
What did you get from Dominique?
uh, ball handling and stuff like that, and learning how to find better ways to score.
Scoring. What would you consider your best attribute in your game?
Scoring in transition.
You love scoring?
Yeah.
All right. Do you got a conscience?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh boy, you fall in the line. 1969, when I was playing, you scorers, it's like I'm shooting till I get on.
No, I'm a team player too. Like,
all right. Well, I'm just saying, scorers just have a different mentality when they really score, and that's why I asked you that. It's like, hey, we gonna win because I'm gonna make us win because I'm gonna shoot until this thing drops.
Nah, the team come first. I'm a team player first.
All right. Well, hey, that's all good. 1 to 10. What's them handles looking like?
Like a 8, probably.
8. What's your crossover? You got a weak crossover. You got a murderous one.
You better ask him next to me.
Ow! What's it like, baby boy? Alfonso, tell the people what it's like. You his teammate.
It's solid. It's solid. Like nobody can guard it. Like he's shifty.
He's shifty? I love that. That's just like being clever. All right. Let's talk about your shooting skills. Where you at on the floor?
It's like, if I have to rate it, it'd be like a 6 or a 7. Like catching.
What do you really feel comfortable doing more so? If coach just let you off the leash and say, give you the green light, what would you be doing?
Going to the basket.
Inside?
Yeah.
All right. That's what I love. You small guards getting in, making them big men foul, and that seems like, now that we're talking about that's going to be part of your strategy, and they're going to really be dependent on you in these upcoming games. I'm cutting it short while I got it on my mind. Coach, for him to get something, what's the deal?
Lamont on mute. Well, I got to say this about Lamont though. He's a unique player in that he's the last link to the state title team. He was on the bench as a freshman down at Missouri State when he watched Keevy and Damian and Miles and Marty and Rasan and those guys win it all. So it's been just a joy and a pleasure to be able to see his leadership grow and his confidence take off. And Lamont didn't do his game enough justice. He's got a solid mid-range game, solid pull-up. His long range, his perimeter shot's still kind of a work in development, but he's going to get there. But obviously, the strength is his finishing moves, finishing against taller players, and his pull-up game. All right,
so Coach,
his number,
saying
Carlos,
that to us, but tell some of those.
Pembroke, Lamont's going to have to get his 12.
Coach, tell some of the JC and the HBCU and NAIA. Speak to them specifically right now about your players.
Yeah, Lamont Freeman is. I think these last 2 years have definitely helped his, his marketability from the standpoint that we've had to put the ball in his hands a lot. So at 5'10", obviously at the next level, they're on a whole lot of off guards or 2 guards. So these last 2 years, I think Lamont's kind of viewed it as an audition in terms of being able to take the reins of an offense and run it, from the point guard's perspective. So I think that's something that's going to serve him well going forward. And again, he can play against and finish over taller players. And the perimeter game is it's going to come. Heck, I was watching the KU Texas game last night. Courtney Ramey shot 31% last year from behind the arc. This year he's shooting 45%. Damian Daniels, between his sophomore and junior year, he added about that same number, 14 or 15% increase on his 3-point field goal percentage. So, I mean, Lamont, his work ethic is there, very coachable. He would definitely make a lot of college coaches happy to have him part of their program.
Excellent. So who's been a mentor to you, Lamont, in your personal life? Not athletics, but have to do with you building character and things of that nature. You unmute.
My mother, LaShonda Mason, and my grandpa, Larry Mason.
I like mom for sure, but I love grandpa because that's where I'm at. I'm in the grandpa situation. Tell me a little bit about Paw.
He'll like if my mama can't take me to the games, he'll make sure that I can get there or something, or to practice or something.
That's major.
Yeah.
How do you view him? Tell the audience.
Role model or something. A good role model.
All right. With Cascade Sports being home of the student athlete, this is for both of y'all. I'm going with you, Lamont, first. How important is your education?
That's very important. You can't play basketball if your grades are not right.
All right. How you feel about education?
Education is important. Like, you can't get nowhere without like education. Like, you gotta like always push yourself to learn more.
Hey, Lamont, what was your season like last year?
It was a solid season.
Talk about it, and then talk about the season this season.
Like last season, like I don't know how to explain it. It was solid though. I know that.
Run it down, Coach. His last season.
Yeah, so Lamont's been playing varsity. Both these guys, but Lamont in particular, I think he's been starting since his sophomore year. Alfonso got a lot of minutes his sophomore year. Both guys were starters as juniors last season, and you could kind of see the pendulum start to swing in terms of Lamont's confidence last season. But there were still games where myself or the coaching staff would kind of have to get in him a little bit in terms of, hey, don't disappear, hey, step up. And earlier you were talking about Lamont's his score being a scorer. Does he have the mentality? Heck, there are still times when I have to tell him to go hunt a shot more or look for more opportunities. So when Lamont says he's all about the team first, I mean, he's being genuine.
I know that. And,
yeah, so,
but as a coach, it's more like you are about the team first. But if you are a scorer, go ahead and score for the team.
Right.
And
I mean, everyone knows. Yeah. Every successful team needs 3 scorers: a primary, a secondary, and then a third scorer. So, hey, in districts, we're going to need Lamont and Alfonso to definitely put points up on the scoreboard for us.
Hey, Lamont, what is this season looking like for you? Where are you at? How do you feel this season has unfolded for you?
I think it's better than last season because I'm more of a leader and stuff. I can take over if I want to.
All right. That was another question I wanted to ask you, and especially now with these closing. All right, it's 2 minutes left in the game, and y'all are basically tied or you down. The team gets out of sync, and I know you've seen this because you done played many games. Can you get the team in sync without calling the timeout that everything is close and coach shouldn't have to call a timeout to get the team back in sync? Can you be, or have you been, a floor general like that?
Yes.
Coach?
Yeah, he has. And I put a lot of responsibility on him. You were asking about last year or this year. That's another area. His leadership qualities have definitely improved, and we've needed them too. So Lamont is more of a leader by example instead of vocally. But this year he's been more comfortable, kind of fulfilling that vocal.
He's grown into that.
He's grown into that, yeah.
Hey, so what are you looking for these next 2 games to do? Give me some numbers that you think you can achieve, and then Coach and myself are going to set some numbers if you want to get where some Cascade stuff, because we champions over on this end.
Really, I just want to do whatever the team need me to do so we can get a win.
All right. Hey, Coach, set his numbers up.
Well, I mean, you don't want any mediocrity, so
no, it can't be. I'm not trying to give a $50 piece of stuff away.
Hey, I'm with you. I understand that. Carlos.
Yeah, set his numbers. He got to reach them.
Yeah. So hey, I've already said that we're going to post 20 points.
Hold it, but what else? Oh no, we got to have something. He just can't be the scorer. What other? At least 2 other things. He's got to have so many steals or some rebounds. Ain't nothing just shoot the basket.
All right, for a rock star performance, how about 20, 5 boards and 3 steals?
Great. You got that in you, son? Do you have that in you? Am I talking Chinese?
No, I got that.
All right. You got 2 games to bring that. You bring that to the table, you're going to be surprised what Cascade is going to do for you and the team.
Okay.
Both of y'all. Bring that to the table.
Okay.
And Cascade is going to work with you on a lot of different things to help your team, because you are showing by example. And coaches put you out there. Let's see whether you can fulfill his expectations and mine.
Okay.
All right. Alfonso, any closing words?
Nah, thank you for having us on here. I appreciate it.
All right. Lamont, any closing words?
No, but thank you for having us on here.
Hey, Coach, come on and close out with something with Hogan or something. Get administration some action.
Yeah, no, we've got a lot of exciting things happening here at Hogan. First, though, let me thank my 2 seniors, Lamont and Alfonso, for leading us through a very difficult year. And here's another thing. A lot of people don't realize, and this speaks to what's going on in the city, because we're not the only one like this, but we haven't been in person since almost a year. You know what I mean? So we're playing against all these teams that are either in person 100% of the time or have some type of hybrid model going on, and we're having to do all this virtually and maintain our academics as well as playing basketball. So these guys have done a great job leading us, and I can't thank them enough. In terms of Hogan Prep, I don't know if you've heard this, Carlos, but we've got a new building that's going to be on and popping here in a couple of years. Yeah.
All right. That's excellent, because Hogan, Lincoln, they had the Cracker Box gym, no stadium, and we find a way to compete. We find a way to be right there with them schools that got everything, not just gyms, they got money. And we find a way to bogart and get us a seat at the table. And you guys, you come from, where you come from. Make us proud. Make Hogan proud. Every time I see y'all excel, I think that's me. You me. That's a younger me. And so you are representing your community and your school. Always remember that. And as I will say in closing, when you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. Good night.
This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.